Hey guys, it's Stephanie with Simarchy, and welcome to another Sims 4 speed build of a modern black home. Now, this one was actually inspired by sort of some photos that I saw that my friend Mariah posted on Facebook. They were not her photos, she was just sharing a post, and I thought it looked really cool. It's pretty much a very modern, blocky home, and the outside was completely matte black with little white touches here and there. And so I asked her if she planned on building it in The Sims, which she did, so I did not want to step on her toes. I decided instead to build something just sort of similar, just taking inspiration from that. She did end up building it that same day and sent me screenshots, and it looked amazing, absolutely amazing. So I do want to give her credit for the idea. But anyways, getting into the speed build here, just a little background on me, which if you're new to the channel, you may not know, and if you are a longtime subscriber, you probably have an idea about this. But basically, I have mainly been playing The Sims 3. Now, more recently, since we got toddlers in The Sims 4 and the vampire pack, which I really, really love, I love vampires, I decided to give Sims 4 more of a fair chance. Now, there are some things I do not like, and there are some things that I absolutely love, but either way, I figured it was about time to just dive into it and learn how to really build in The Sims 4 and play. I normally just do all that in The Sims 3. I'm definitely more of a builder than a player though, so hence why I can build houses and I don't know a whole lot about the gameplay. And I will be bouncing back and forth between the two, to be honest. I love them. I love them both for different reasons. They both hold very special places in my heart, but you may see more Sims 4 builds on this channel as I just get more acclimated with building and creating cool things, at least things that I find cool, and I hope you do too. So if you do, make sure to comment and let me know, and if you want to watch more videos, I usually save this for the end, but I'm going to throw it out right now. Please subscribe so you don't miss my next video. So like I said, I do mostly builds. I also do some house tours, and then I currently have a vampire Let's Play series, which again, currently I'm posting 2 episodes a week on that. So there's daily videos on this channel. There is a lot to see. But anyways, back to this one. I normally build very traditional, or even more on the Victorian or Gothic. Well, I haven't done many Gothic, but definitely more Victorian style homes. So being inspired to build a modern home is a little bit out of my element. I always see these amazing houses that people make, like the one Mariah made, and then I always see Deligracy and James from the Sim Supply just making these really cool, I don't want to call it a block style home because I know that's not right, but I guess geometric shapes, like with flat roofs and lots of windows. I see so many of these and I'm very inspired by them, but I've never really had the urge to build them until now. So I figured this would be a good way to really play with the room tool and try to figure that out a bit more, which I don't know if I actually did that or not, but either way, I feel like every time I build something, I learn something new, which is good. You always want to be learning and creating, especially if you're a Sims player. You can probably relate to that. This game is such an amazing outlet for creativity. It is something I can see myself playing for the rest of my life. I was very, very late to the Sims train. I, of course, had heard of it before, but never actually played it. I didn't really understand what the game was about. And I've told this story before, I think, so, I'll tell it again. It's been a while since I told it, if I did. I can't remember. I have a bad memory sometimes. But my favorite game before this was Animal Crossing. And Animal Crossing was great because you could go fishing and you could earn money and you could plant trees and gather fruit. You had little animal villagers that would ask you to do tasks for them. And the New Leaf, which is like the last game that I played, well, not really, I'll get into that in a second, but they had like this whole aspect of also building up the town. So you would work on like community projects and you were the mayor of the town, so you would add things like benches and streetlights and parks and campsites and things like that, little monuments. So that really, got me interested in building towns. And then on top of that, you obviously had your little character's house. So your house, you could build whatever you want. You could put different furniture and wallpapers and floorings that you could buy from the little retail shop. And yeah, I'm not going to get too into exactly how the game works, but those were the basic things you could do. You could earn money, you could change your clothes, you could change your house, and you can, make friends with your animal villagers that would move in and out of town. But anyways, I I had that game for a while, and I sold it. When I needed money, I sold my 3DS, and then I didn't regret it immediately, but maybe about a year later, I realized what I had done, and I should have kept my game cartridge and just sold the system because I had lost everything. I lost every item I collected, all the special DLCs, everything was gone. And so I actually decided to rebuy everything and start from scratch, and that's when I learned about the Animal Crossing online community. So the online community, pretty much, you could meet other people all over the world, you can exchange friend codes, and you could trade items, you could sell items, you can auction items. Yeah, pretty much. Some people were just really nice and did town giveaways where you could go and ravage their town and take whatever you want, different flowers and furniture, and like I said, DLC items and things like that. So that opened up a whole new world for me. It was so much fun. I became very involved in the Animal Crossing community. I moderated several groups. It became my life and my new obsession. But anyways, I got to the point where I had earned everything, like literally everything in the game through trade or through playing. I ended up getting every single item except for a few clothing items, but I wasn't too interested in those anyway. But everything else, like all the special DLCs, every type of flower, every type of hybrid flower, every piece of furniture, every fossil, every gyroid, everything in the game I owned. My catalog was completely filled up. And that's kind of where I lost interest in the game. Once you have everything, you're kind of like, now what? And maybe that's a reason that I stay so interested in The Sims, because with all the new game packs and stuff packs and expansion packs that are being released, most of them bring a whole new aspect to the game, or at the very least, new items that I can build with that are very appealing to me. So that could be one of the main reasons that I'm so enthralled with the Sims community as well. But anyways, back to Animal Crossing. I had my perfect town, like everything was perfect. I had my dream town, just rainbow and beautiful rainbow flower gardens and all my little houses and characters and my favorite villagers. It was just perfection. But that was about the time where I got bored with the game. So a new game, ironically, had come out at the time called Animal Crossing Happy Home Designer. And in that game, it was pretty much a dumbed down version of Animal Crossing, but the whole goal was to meet all the different villagers, which I think there ended up being like 300 or 400 of them. And each one of them would give you a special request of what type of house that they wanted to live in. So they would say, for example, I want a place where I can store my comic books. And then they would come with little furniture, unlock different furniture that fit that theme, and then you would build them a little house. Now, the house was pretty much already constructed. You could do the landscaping and the outside, and you could furnish it and decorate it pretty much however you wanted, depending on the items that you had. So this became my new obsession, and I've always had an eye for interior design, like not in the sense that I'm good at it, but in the sense that I really love and appreciate it. I love design, TV shows, I love house tours, I love going garage sailing and flea marketing and antiquing and picking up different decor items and vintage things and furniture and rehabbing furniture and reupholstering chairs and, all that fun stuff has always been a big part of who I am and what I love. So Animal Crossing Happy Home Designer was it was perfect. Like, it really picked up on that designer aspect of things for me, which I had never really experienced in a game before. Before that, Happy Home Designer just like really unlocked this new aspect of gaming that I had never really experienced before. And I loved it so much. But just the same thing that happened with the regular Animal Crossing game, I got to the point where I had unlocked every piece of furniture. I had a lot of like the special DLCs. I had furnished all of the animals' homes and gone back and refurnished them again, like expanded them and redid them. So I was at the point where I was like, okay, I'm done with this game. I love it, but I've done everything I could do. And I even bought a second copy thinking maybe that would like re-spark my interest in it, but that just kind of sucked because I had to start from scratch and re-unlock everything. So I decided to just look around and see if I could find a new game. I wanted another game that involved design and things like that. So I did some research and I eventually stumbled across The Sims. And I was like, okay, you know what? I've heard of The Sims before. I really don't know what this game is about, but I'm going to jump on YouTube and check out some videos. So I did, and I came across a few gameplay ones, but they were for a different Sims game. I'm still not sure what they were from. Thinking back, it might have been some sort of Island challenge, or no, Sims on an Island, Sims Castaway, I think that's what it was called. But I thought that was the game, and I thought that you could build on a beach and things like that. So I got really excited and ended up ordering it, and I ordered a completely different version. Like I don't even know. I'm trying to think back on the story so that it makes sense, but for the sake of the story, let's just say I ended up ordering Sims 3 on the PC, which is a completely separate game. So the first copy I ordered, I bought used on eBay, and I didn't realize that you had to have a special code to play the game and that it was exclusive to the person who bought it. So if someone bought the game and used the code, someone else could not then take that game and reuse that code. So it was a whole fiasco, and I ended up talking to the seller, and he didn't really understand it either, but he ended up agreeing to refund my money. So then I took the money that I got back from him, and I actually discovered Origin, and that's where I bought my first Sims game. I ordered Sims 3 for the PC, and I still didn't really know the different versions. I knew that Sims 4 was already out because this was only about a year ago, but based on my research, I learned that Sims 3 was a little bit more customizable in the sense that you have a color wheel and that you could choose different patterns and such for your furniture. And since my main reason for wanting to play this game was the whole design aspect, I figured Sims 3 just made the most logical sense for me. So that's the game that I definitely focused on. I was like, this is what I'm going to do. This is going to be amazing. I watched a few more videos and said, this is it. This is the game for me. So I get my copy from Origin, I download it, I start playing, and I quickly realize I have no idea what I'm doing. I thought I had watched enough videos and learned enough that this would be a fun game, and it seemed pretty easy, and for whatever reason, I sucked. I was horrible. When the little interactions would pop up at the top saying, it's time for your sim to go to work, I, in my mind, thought I had to click on them to make them happen. But what I was actually doing is clicking on them and canceling the interaction. So then they wouldn't go to work or they wouldn't go to school, and I would be super confused. And I got so frustrated that I actually put the game down and I said I wasn't playing it again. And a couple days went by and I said, you know what, this is crazy. I spent all this time researching this game and I paid all this money and I really want to play. I'm going to give it another go. So I finally figured out what I was doing wrong. And then once I figured that out, I instantly became obsessed. I played this game day and night more than I ever played Animal Crossing, okay? And you guys know how obsessed with Animal Crossing I was. I played The Sims even more than that, to the point where I would stay up all night, I would sleep for a couple hours and wake up, and the second I woke up, I wanted to keep playing. So instantly, I was in love with this game, and then, of course, I learned more about building and watched a lot more tutorials. I watched a lot of James, the Sim Supplies, videos, and then eventually got into Deligracy and watched her videos and a few others, but those are the two main ones that I loved and still to this day love. They're my favorite. They are my inspiration for this game. And I just started learning how to build. So that's pretty much where this channel originated from. Once I realized how much fun I was having and the houses I liked, I missed that whole aspect from the Animal Crossing community of being able to share your town with people and have people come visit and see your creation and be like, wow, I love the landscaping you did, or I love that, that piece of furniture, or I love the way you styled this room. That I missed. I missed being able to share that with people. So that's when I realized, okay, maybe there isn't like an online community to do this. At least I didn't know of at the time. But maybe I could start recording videos like James and Deli do, and I share my creation with people that way. So that's what I started doing. And at this point, I had already been playing the game for, I don't know, maybe a few months or so, not very long. But I had built so many houses that I wanted to show them off, but they were already built. And the only videos I really knew of besides Let's Plays were speed builds. And I was like, wow, I can't do a speed build on these because I've already built them. What on earth could I possibly do? So after a while is where I got the idea to start doing house tours. So I said, you know what? I'm just going to go through like in camera mode and do like a house tour like you would watch on a TV show like House Hunting, where you literally go through, room by room and look at everything. So that's what I did with a few of my first videos. Of course, I did a couple speed builds as well just to have them on the channel, but the house tours was really my way of showing off my creations to everybody. And from there, I still don't know how this happened, but I ended up finding some online Sims communities. Maybe it was because of me remembering the Animal Crossing Facebook groups. I said maybe I should look for some Sims ones. once. And I did. And that brought a whole new aspect to this game. I actually met other people around the world who were obsessed as much as I was, who loved showing off their creations and their screenshots and their Sims and their creative Sims just as much as I did. And one thing led to another, and I ended up touring someone's house on my channel, which at the time I didn't know, but she was an admin of the group that I was in, and she was probably just being nice and being like, yeah, you could tour my house, but it ended up being really, really fun. So that just kind of led to me touring other people's houses as well as my own. So people would submit and say, you know, even if they had a YouTube channel, but most of them didn't have a YouTube channel or a way to record. So they would say, hey, I just put up this house on the Sims 3 Exchange or on the Sims 4 Gallery, because by this point I ended up buying Sims 4 and having both copies, and asked me to tour their house on my channel. And I'd put a little screen camera or face camera on the end of the screen and film my reaction as I'm going through the house and looking at it for the first time. So that is where my house tour series came from. And that, I feel like, is the bread and butter of my channel. It really is. It is my favorite thing to do, is to build a house and then tour it for you, or just tour someone else's creation for you. So with that being said, I don't even know where the point of this video is going. With that being said, I eventually decided to move more towards The Sims 4 when toddlers came out. So now I don't have Sims 4 houses pre-built like I did in Sims 3, and I am still doing house tours. People are still submitting them to me, but I actually have this great opportunity right now where I can do more speed builds, which again are super, super fun. So as I'm learning to build and as I'm making things like this modern house that I got inspired from my friend to make, I figured I could just speed build them and do them the more traditional way that you guys are used to seeing builds in The Sims. I kind of touched on this in another video, but basically I'm going to try to combine the two. At the beginning, I don't think I did it for this video, but at the beginning, especially if there's like a story or a family attached to the build, I'm going to do a tiny little intro, just film style, like a little machinima with some music introducing the video, and then go into the speed build, and then at the very end do a little house tour. So I will have a house tour of this at the end of this video. And I love that format. I think that works great for me because I'm able to do everything that I love. I'm able to incorporate a little bit of a machinima, a lot of bit of a speed build, and a little mini house tour at the end. So that's probably going to be the format of my videos going forward. If you guys like that, let me know. And if you don't, let me know. But I'll probably still do them because they make sense for me. So I really hope you guys enjoy that format. And if you have any other creative ideas, I would love to hear them as well. Of course, you guys are the reason I do this. I do this because I want to share my experience with Sims with you. That's the whole reason I do this. I want to learn from each other and get inspired from each other. And I do have another video that I'll try to remember to link in the description below if I remember, where I talk about how I don't see you guys as just fans or viewers. I don't see you that way, although I might use that word from time to time. What I really see you guys are my friends and my community. So the point of a community is to kind of grow and build from that and learn from each other. So I don't want this to be a place where you just watch my videos, maybe leave a little comment or maybe not leave a comment and then just go away. I want to build a community where we all talk to each other and interact and really get to know each other and really communicate through Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and do little challenges like, a tiny house build and show each other our creations. And if you're not a YouTuber and you can't record video, then you could share your screenshots with me. So I definitely want you all to interact and make friends in my comment section. I highly encourage that. I don't want any sub for sub type thing. Please don't even say that. I will probably end up blocking you if you do. But if you want to just introduce yourself in the comments below, feel free to do that. Tell us either like how you first started playing The Sims, or maybe what your favorite Sims game is, or maybe how you discovered this channel. Drop a comment below, introduce yourself. If you do have a channel, you can let us know about it, but please don't say sub for sub or anything like that, because that just drives me nuts and that doesn't really help. If someone wants to seek out your channel because you told them about it or because they ran across it and decide to subscribe because they like your content, that is a good thing. I encourage that. But if you literally just tell someone, I will sub to you if you sub to me, first of all, you're going to get inactive viewers. You're going to get, or I should say inactive subscribers. You're going to get people that just subscribe to you so that you can subscribe to them, and chances are they'll never watch your videos, or they might watch a couple and then forget about you. And that's actually bad because YouTube definitely takes into account watch time and user engagement and things like that. So if you have a bunch of subscribers that do not watch and do not engage with you, that's actually bad for your channel. That's actually bad for the algorithm. So I don't want to get too off topic. That's a whole other thing that I can probably spend about 50 videos talking about. But I might actually, speaking of that, one thing I've been thinking about doing is creating a video just talking about how to start a YouTube channel, or I guess more specifically, how to start a Sims YouTube channel, because that's something that I'm really passionate about. And since I am a very small YouTuber, I see the value in, again, learning from each other, being inspired from each other, helping each other. And a lot of people do ask me, like, how do you record, or what software do you use, or, how do you edit, things like that. So possibly I might make a little video about that. So when someone asks, instead of me being like rude, but not trying to be rude and just saying, oh yeah, just be yourself and have fun and use OBS, I could actually get a little bit more into depth about how to really start a channel and how to really find viewers that are going to be active and engaging with you. So if you want to see something like that, again, drop me a comment below. I'm hoping after everything I've talked about, you guys will leave lots of comments in this video, and we can just get, again, some inspiration from each other and hopefully inspire some more videos on this channel. So I'm really hoping for that. I'm not just saying comment to comment. I really want to hear from you guys. But literally, seriously, every time I get a comment from someone, it makes my day. So obviously, I post a video each day. I might get 2 or 3 comments, and those 2 or 3 comments, literally, they make my day and they keep me inspired to keep making videos for you guys. So the more you comment, the more you interact with me, the more inspired I'll be to keep producing videos. And yeah, I guess that's all I have to say on that matter. I am going to try to talk about this house a little bit more. I know we're probably going to get into the tour pretty soon. So again, I apologize for that. I've always just sort of winged it or wung it. I don't know how you say that, but I'll start a video. I won't really plan about talking about anything other than the build itself, and then something will spark a story or a memory or a tangent, and I'll go off on that. And if you guys like that, let me know. I feel like maybe it helps us connect with each other a little bit more. And if you don't like that and you prefer that I talk mainly about the build itself, again, let me know. Feedback is key. Feedback is so important. But I will take everyone's feedback into consideration when making these videos and then do what works best for everybody. But yeah, I don't know, or maybe we could do a separate series of just story times. But then again, I don't want to script it. I don't want to plan it. I just want to let it go naturally, like what I think of when I start talking about. I don't want it to be really influenced by anything. I want it to be just very natural. So maybe, I don't know, maybe we'll see how things go. But anyways, I'm finally working on the outside. I actually had finished this house yesterday, like the day before I recorded this video. And then in my dreams, like literally in my dreams, I was like, wait a minute, I forgot to do that backyard. There should be a hot tub and a bonfire and blah, blah, blah. Well, the hot tub's upstairs, but a bonfire and an exercise room. So I popped in and did that real quick right before I started filming this. So yeah, definitely didn't want to leave this outside empty. That would have been bad. I mean, I guess you could have put whatever you wanted back here, but at least this way you kind of have a blueprint, at the very least, of what each room can be. And of course, you could delete and change anything you want. And of course, this house will be available for download through my Sims 4 gallery. You can find that by searching Blah Stephanie. Yeah, I know, not Simarchy, believe it or not. I'm Simarchy everywhere except on the Sims 4 gallery and the Sims 3 exchange. But that will be in the description so you can find it. Anyways, on to the house tour. Finally, my favorite part, where I get to show off everything that I just did for you guys. And right now we're looking at the outside. Again, I made sure to do a little bit of landscaping at the very least. I realized I didn't put a lot of flowers, but I wanted to keep it very clean and modern and focus more on the structure of the building and that awesome pool, like the feature of the house, that side pool. But I definitely went all out with furnishing the inside. I'm very proud of this house. Again, I usually do more traditional stuff, so it was really cool to play with more of the modern features, the more modern appliances and furniture. So right now we're zooming through the living room and straight into the beautiful gourmet kitchen. I love this kitchen. It's black and red and silver, and I think it's a lot of fun. Now, my other favorite part of the home is this dining room. Oh my gosh, I love this dining room so much. The pops of colors are so exciting. I love colors. And moving on to the outside patio, which was one of the last things you saw me do in the speed part of this build, just threw in a little bit of seating here. We have a couple of side chairs, or I guess maybe one side chair and a couch, some candles. Here we are zooming across that beautiful pool. Oh my gosh, I could swim laps in that all day. And our little bonfire, very, very cute. I think it's nice and tranquil out here, very relaxing. And now we're moving to the other side of the outdoor patio area, which is our exercise area. So we have a couple of punching bags, some treadmills, a weightlifting bench, some little meditation stool thingies, and some yoga mats. Sorry, my terms. I don't know what everything's called. And then I hid the mailbox and the trash can behind the bushes because I thought they took away from the outside of the home. I thought they looked a little trashy. Pun intended. Now we're upstairs, and this is the first little balcony. There's actually two. This one's tiny. I didn't really show it in the tour, but there is a little art easel out here, so your sim can come out and paint. And then this is the first bedroom of 2 bedrooms. It is definitely more of a guest bedroom or possibly a kids or teens room, depending on what you want to use it for. But we have 1 computer desk in here and then plenty of books and plenty of storage with the 2 twin beds. Now, there is a separate bathroom that would be mainly for that bedroom or for guests, and this is a pretty decent sized bathroom. We have the dual sinks on the left, the toilet and medicine cabinet, big, beautiful window looking into that backyard, and then we have our tub shower combo on the right. Now backing on up, heading into my other favorite part. I know, so many favorite parts. The main bedroom. I really like that it's mostly black and white with a few pops of turquoise and orange. I think it's very, very relaxing in that sense. Sort of muted colors, but that little pop of color just makes it come to life. And now we're heading into the master bath, which is a bit smaller than I intended, but still has everything you need. There is a beautiful bathtub over there, a very nice modern sink with some towels underneath, lots of mirrors, a toilet, and a shower. Everything you need. All right, now we're heading towards the little entrance of this room you couldn't really see when I first came in, but there's just basically a couple of shoe racks and a little ottoman to sit down and put your shoes on. But now we're moving on to the final part of the house, which is the other patio, the other balcony, and of course, my favorite thing in the world, the hot tub. Hot tub, hot tub. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to subscribe so that you don't miss the next one, and I look forward to talking to you guys in the comments below. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye!